One should know better than to mess with a transfer student, specifically if it's a magic school. You never know what monstrous power these maniacs may be hiding. Welcome back to Animeology, because today we've compiled for you a list of the top 10 anime where the OPMC is transferred to a magic school. Let's begin. Number 10, the Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. Three years ago, a great war took place that shook this kingdom to its very core. Many lost their lives. Amidst the ones on the front lines, there was a hero, dubbed the legendary Iceblade Sorcerer, who gained the country its victory. But then right after, he vanished, never to be seen again. None know the real identity of this famed hero, Ray White, a teenager looking to live a normal life surrounded by kids his age. And to further this goal of his, he transfers into the prestigious Arnold Academy of Sorcery, facing much resentment from the present nobles. Thus, a new chapter begins for Ray as he attempts to befriend kids his age while also battling to protect his kingdom from enemy agents. Number 9, Reincarnation of the strongest Exorcist in another world. In his prior life, Haruyoshi Kuga stood atop the food chain as the greatest exorcist to ever roam Earth. But like power does, he found himself blinded by it, searching and trying to attain even greater might. This, however, would lead to his untimely demise at the hands of his enemies. But using his final breaths, he would cast a reincarnation spell, taking birth in a world unfamiliar. Now named Seika Lamperouge, he's born to a family of nobles, but for his lack of magical capacity, the boy is despised by his own people. He, however, needs not magic, for his abilities of the past far exceed any spell. Enrolling in a prestigious magic academy thus begins Seika's new life, attempting to better himself while vowing not to repeat his past mistakes. Number 8, Luck and Logic. Logic is the concept that governs all abstract properties that make up life in various worlds, and one of those worlds is Tetra Heaven, where the gods of good and evil fought for centuries, but knowing their approaching defeat, the demon gods began escaping to other worlds through Gate, one of those worlds being the human realm named Septpia. To battle this threat, a special unit, Alka, was formed where human goddess pairs were utilized to stop these rampaging beasts. Tsurugi Yoshikika was once a member of Alka, who lost all his powers while stopping the great disaster that took place in Singapore 2 years ago. Now living a normal life, Fate has other plans, it seems, because following his encounter with the goddess Athena, he's once again called to battle these foreigners and save Septpia, the ruling insects using magical powers. Amidst them is Kanata H, once the most renowned wizard, now nothing more than a labeled traitor. Why? Just because he valued his comrade's life more than a battle command. Now a nobody, he's given a chance to redeem himself and made instructor to the failing team E601, having lost countless missions. Consisting of 3 maidens, each with their own problems, this new team of misfits might just prove to be the saving grace for humanity. Number 6, Veral and Golding. This tale is of Alto Goldfield, a star pupil of the Ortigio Academy of Magic. Though excellent in his academic performance, the boy lacks one important ability, summoning. And if not mastered soon, there looms the threat of repeating a year. Stressed, Alto accidentally comes upon an ancient grimoire and decides to proceed with its summoning instructions.
攻撃は終わりかいなら今度はこっちの番だお嬢ちゃん
Though what comes out is anything but a normal summon. Emanating a dark, lustful aura arrives a demon named Veral. Finding the boy innocent, this passionate demon decides upon him as her master, sealing a contract with the lip lock. Alto does pass his exam, but what price he'll have to pay for it, who knows? Number 5. Wise Man's Grandchild. In modern-day Japan, a typical overworked salaryman lives a life of misery, and it's through overwork that he meets his end. But as fate be it, Shin is reincarnated into a fantastical world and taken in by Merlin Walford, Earlshire Kingdom's strongest mage. Adopting the young lad, he decides to raise the child away from civilization. As the years pass, Shin grows up a fine young man. Utilizing the memories of his past life, he with the utmost ease is able to master the strongest of spells, even surpassing Merlin. He hones every skill to the max, but seclusion from humans lead him to develop lack of people skills. So Merlin decides to enroll Shin into the Earlshire Magic Academy, where he'll grow up with teenagers his age. Hence, a new chapter begins in Shin's life, one filled with both friends and enemies. Number 4. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Long before the peaceful times, there raged a war between the good and the evil, causing mayhem across the entire realm. Sick of this bloodshed, the Dark Lord Anos Voldigold sacrificed himself, hoping to be reborn in peaceful times, and so he did. 見事だ。褒美をくれてやろう。Growing up into a fine young man, he enrolls into the prestigious Demon Academy, hoping to let the world know of his return. But as it turns out, his memory, his legacy, his feats have all been wrongfully altered by someone, rendering him as the misfit of the Academy. Despite this, he continues to do what he does best, be badass, and find the truth behind who falsified his legacy. Number 3. Spare me, Great Lord. Lu Shu has lived a rather tough life. Abandoned by both his parents at a very young age, he has lived a life caring and providing for his little sister, Lu Xiaoyu. But with the commencing of the magical era, his life was about to take a sudden turn, literally. Caught in a tragic car accident, Lu lays bleeding out, breathing his supposed last breaths. But then some heavy plot armor kicks in. The pendant left upon him by his parents before the abandonment starts to glow, bestowing upon Lu powers of the negative emotion system. While others of this kind acquire magical energy from the surrounding area, Lu Shu just taunts people, making their negativity his energy. Now an OP protagonist, he enrolls into a prestigious academy to try and hone these peculiar powers of his and face all adversities that come his way. Number 2. Eminence in Shadow. Ever Ever since his early days, Minoru Kageno has aspired to be a hero. Training his body to the max, he spends his days fighting crime in the alley, doing the best he can. But there's only so much this magicless, mortal body of his can accomplish. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, an accident with Truck-kun gets the boy reincarnated into a world where magic is commonplace. Now named Sid, he can truly begin his hero days, but instead of the typical manner, he prefers to rule from the shadows. Placing on a disguise of a common man, he forms his own gang, Shadow Garden, taking on the enigmatic evil cult of Diablos, protecting the weak from their evil agenda. Number 1. Jiujitsu Kaizen. This is a tale of Yuji Itadori, a completely normal high school student indulging himself in some good old occult club business with his buddies. Chasing baseless paranormal rumors, he and his comrades spend their days living their school life to the fullest. That is, until a rumor turns out more real than they'd hoped. Coming across a supposed cursed finger, strange supernatural acts occur that drive Yuji deep into the world of curses. Creatures of the night birth from human malice. In the process of helping his allies, he ends up swallowing the cursed finger, belonging to the king of curses, Ryomen Sukuna. Too powerful to be left alone now, Gojo Satoru arrives to enroll him into Jujutsu Technical High School, training the young boy to control his seemingly unlimited powers.